Greetings to readers, viewers, and listeners, and welcome to this next edition of the WWE pay-per-view or PLE prediction show known as the SuperBlog versus. This one is going to be about NXT's The Great American Bash for 2023. As I've already explained in the description, the link below is going to be the one that I'm going to be looking forward to when it comes to the idea of the matches which I'm going to be going into. Um, First off, I just want to say that SummerSlam, as of right now, is shaping up to be a great show, and hopefully something that I will be doing as things go on. Um, so I just want to bring that out there. That's kind of like that's kind of like the new thing that I want to do. I want to be able to do two shows of the SuperBlog verses, but if I have to merge them into one show, that's what I can do too. So I just if you see an extra long video on the SuperBlog verses, that's why, because I'm trying to do two shows. I'm trying to think about a way to salvage it. Could I? Do you think I should call it the double feature, or should I call it anything else? Like I'll take I'll take any thing in the comments that I can get, and I might just post a poll on the Autistic Super channel just to kind of get your opinions on what you think I should be doing. Which also gets me to another point. I've also put put in the polls if you guys want to hear my poetry on YouTube as part of the Autistic Super channel. The reason is that I'm getting into something of a limit when it comes to SoundCloud right now. So I want to be able to make sure I have a backup plan in case things need to change a little bit. So I'm interested in your comments. I'm also interested in a collaboration if needed. So just leaving it out there. But poetry's not what we're here to talk about, at least right now. We're here to talk about NXT's The Great American Bash for 2023. This one is going to be an interesting one, I think. I think we'll go with the pre-show one and work down the line from 1 to 7 as of right now. As of July 28th, 2023 at 10:05 p.m., I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen when it comes to something like this. If there are any changes, I do not know about them. I want to make sure that I'm on the up and up when it comes to something like this. So, in the 8-person mixed tag team match, we have Dragon Lee, Nathan Frazier, Yulisa Leon, and Valentina Feroz versus the Meta 4, Noam Dar, Oromensa, Jakara Jackson, and Lash Legend. I feel like this one could be something for the Metaphor to get a win on. If anything, to kind of give them some momentum to get into. Though when it comes to Dragon Lee and Company, I feel like they might get. This one's gonna be a toss up, but if I had to go into any great detail, I feel like the Metaphor needs this to kind of build themselves up into a team. To kind of get them out there. But I do expect there to be a rematch, and I'll give my thoughts on that when they come. We then have a triple threat match for the NXT North American Championship. Dirty Dom Mysterio defending against Mustafa Ali and Wesley. I would love to see Wesley get his title back. I wouldn't mind seeing Dominic Mysterio retain, but from my feelings, I feel like Mustafa Ali might be the sleeper in this particular one because I feel like out of the two of them, he's the only one that hasn't gotten a chance with the North American Championship. It was supposed to be a one-on-one match before Dirty Dom decided to stick his nose in the business. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it to Mustafa Ali, mostly because I feel like it's time for him to really get a championship on him at some point. And then we have a submission match for the NXT Women's Championship. Thea Hall challenging Tiffany Stratton. I feel like Tiffany Stratton is getting better and better. But she could also build up other people too, like The Rock and Mankind in 1999. I feel like that could be something that could be going down the line. I feel like Thea Hale could win, or she's destined to have a championship at some point. I don't know if it's going to happen today. I think that Tiffany Stratton might win this thing. But I wouldn't be so surprised if Thea Hale or Tiffany Stratton got themselves disqualified and won by dirty shenanigans to force a rematch. And then we have a tag team match for the NXT tag team titles. Gallus, Mark Coffey, and Wolfgang versus the family, Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stax Lorenzo. I feel like the family needs a win more than anything else, though I would not be surprised if Gallus won too. I'm going to go with the family just because I feel like Gallus is due for a main roster call up at some point. I feel like that should be the way to go on something like this. I feel like it's something that needs to be explored at some point. So I'm gonna go with the family, and if not the family, then I'm happy with Gallus retaining. And then we have and then we have a match between Baron Corbin, that's Baron Corbin, and Gable Steveson in his debut. Bit of a This one's a bit of a wild card for me because Baron Corbin also had the last match with Kurt Angle at WrestleMania 35, and it was his last match. And this is Gable Stevenson's first match. I feel like Gable's gonna win to kind of give him the win that he needs, and who better to do so? Even if it is who I think it is, if it has to be against Baron Corbin, fine, all for it, definitely. I mean, it definitely will work for me. Then we have a Weapons Wild match against Roxanne Perez and Blair Davenport. I feel like Blair's going to win, though not without a lot of fight from Roxanne Perez. I feel like she's done a lot, but I feel like Blair has not gotten an upward movement when it comes to championships. I feel like Blair Davenport needs this more than Roxanne Perez. And then we have Carmelo Hayes with Trick Williams defending against Ilya Dragunov for the NXT Championship. This one I could see going either way, but if I had to choose, it'd be Ilya Dragunov to win, even if it's by disqualification, to kind of set up a rematch, and here's why. I feel like Carmelo Hayes is due up for a main roster call up. I feel like he's due, along with Trick Williams. I feel like both of them are prime for a main roster call up. I feel like it's gonna happen, and if it doesn't happen now, it will happen at SummerSlam. But you have to understand who you're dealing with. You're dealing with Ilya Dragunov. This is the same guy who defeated Gunther, otherwise known as Walter, in his NXT UK Championship match, and took him to the limit. I suspect that Ilya will do the same thing with Carmelo Hayes. If he has to win by disqualification, that's fine. But I would not be surprised to see Ilya win this match to kind of force a rematch with Ilya and Carmelo Hayes going at SummerSlam. So those are my predictions, dear readers and viewers. If you like these videos, check me out on the Autistic Super channel. You can check me out on Instagram, but you could also check me out on. You can also check out all these videos on the Autistic SuperBlog to WordPress.com. Please vote in the polls when it comes to when it comes to poetry. I want to be able to make sure I leave myself a little bit of space just in case. Until then, stay safe, stay strong. See you all at the matches, and as always, shine on.